This is
Hi.
an aggressive Bulbasaur.
The first part of that got cut off, so all I heard was Bulbasaur.
I'm saying this
Well,
is
a
a
dick
very
joke, but that's
aggressive
good enough.
Bulbasaur. I'm saying it's a very saying it's a very aggressive Bulbasaur.
I want to edit this video now just to bleep out that beginning part again, just so no one ever knows what kind of Bulbasaur it was.
Just be there for like a minute, going Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur, what is it? It's a Bulbasaur.
Well, I guess we create the funk version of Dion just saying Bulbasaur over and over again.
Jeez, it's a high CP one though,
Funniest
and
part
it's 3
is,
star.
funniest part is before Rebecca even said hi, I was just there going, if we pass it to 1 minute of silence, I could just claim that as silence for the fallen. Anyway, greetings
So
everyone, and welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra, where shit got fucked last session. Like, really fucked.
Dun, 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 dun.
Too soon. Too soon. So, last time, you all had to pilot the T-Hex to try and combat Rek'Sai through shenanigans and through a few mistakes, I guess is the best way to put it. My god, I picked the worst time to try and start doing a recap. I started with reflux as soon as I started.
Oof.
I've not even had anything to kick reflux off. Well, it might be because I've moved off from Jade War back onto Vinto. That my body has just violently tried to reject Vinto, I don't know. But yes,
Body said, "What is this shit?"
what is this? This doesn't come from a chilled bottle. This is too much H2O. But yes, you all managed to fend. Oh, god damn it!
Curses.
No, I just have all those bad moments because it's like Josh just messaged me saying, "Just realised what day it is. Do you still need me in?" I just had to be like, "But Kuiper's technically gone," but at the same time. So,
I mean, if they have a character they can drag in.
I mean, that is fair. So, you all managed to fend off and pretty much defeat Rek'Sai, just as you saw the portal opening up wider where Cho'Gath was coming through. Upon learning that the T-Hex could be overloaded to shut down this portal, the party was given a choice and decided to split and part ways. With the twins, Mariah, Alekxander, Potoo, and eventually the Mordron, although he's not back on the ship, he's somewhere else, leaving the T-Hex, leaving it to be piloted by the Poison Lady, Kuiper, and Wafflebyrg. Just before detonation, Kuiper took 2 vials of Shimmer, corrupted himself, and flew into Cho'Gath to knock him back into the portal. And as such, with the portal collapsing and the flames going on in the distance, we do cut back to the ship. Where I do believe on the deck we had Potoo, Alekxander, Delris, and Mariah, watching the T-Hex go up in a massive ball of plasma and fire as the portal collapses. What is y'all's reaction?
I think you heard it.
I heard it, but it was just silence. Exactly.
I already said Delris just kind of slumps down onto the deck.
Mariah, we use one of her eggplants to wipe the tears off her face.
You use one of the eggplants to wipe the tears off your face.
Yes.
I am going to roll a percentile.
Oh my god.
Okay. As you reach in to pull an eggplant out to wipe your tears away, you manage to grab a certain eggplant. One with a crown fashioned from leaves and a
Oh,
beard of
no.
moss.
I got the fucking king.
And as you wipe your tears with the king of the eggplants,
Hey, you fighting, you ain't fighting, what are you fighting doing? I am a fighting king, put my fighting back in me throne.
I was not expecting that voice.
for some reason I forgot that you were just going to do the pork voice for this.
King Loin.
King Sirl. King Bacon.
Or you just gonna fucking hold me and let me fucking soak in whatever we're fucking doing?
She's just gonna put the king back. She's just gonna ignore it and put it back. Pretend nothing bad has happened. She knows she's fucked up, but that's fine.
He's just gonna, his head's just gonna still continue to peek out of the hair. By Egmar's fucking hammer, there's a lot fucking out here.
He would be nice in a stew.
What was that?
You have a very nice beard.
I mean, I do have a fucking very nice beard. I see a lot of fucking things.
As this scene happens in the distance, there's just a silent mutter from Vex underneath her breath. You can roll a perception to see what she says.
Sure, why not?
Probably no one will be interested, but seeing as I'm not saying anything, and suppose
By
I'll be paying
Eggmore's
attention.
hammer! Fuck's sake. Do you want to roll perception as well, though, Mariah?
Yeah. Let me just get it up.
I wasn't expecting the Eggmore's.
A surprise, that's Santa's new character.
Yeah, Santa were there going, I'm going to play the Eggplant King for the last few sessions. Oh, they're going, oh no. Oh no. So, all aside from the Eggplant King, who is too busy ranting himself, we'll hear Vex just silently whisper out, lucky.
This.
Meanwhile,
Delris,
go on.
Delris is just gonna stand up and just kind of walk into her room.
Through the door? No, she's just walking into it like a broken AI.
You're not the only one that walks off. Stellara just rapidly excuses herself and heads into the ship. As Vex will just watch you both walk off. And then be like, I think she heard. one of you may want to go check on her. I know what it's like for you mortals to have loss.
Well, look at me.
Hey, purple purple thing.
Oh god, this is going to be a long day.
Yeah, this is gonna be real long day. You should go fucking, you know, talk to your fucking friend, give him words of comfort and stuff.
I'm
do you need-
walking.
do you
I'm
need-
walking.
Do you need words of comfort? I can give you fucking words of comfort. I mean, I literally live here, so like,
You know what? I think Vex could give better words of encouragement.
all right. I don't know what fucking happened, but I'll give words of fucking encouragement. Let's go. He's gonna get on. Fucking advisor, kill out, buddy. You fucking, where's your fucking note cards?
Ranna, help! I'm having severe Valheim flashbacks.
Just imagine it's a Ratatouille situation.
Or if you've ever seen Everything Ever All at Once for Cooney. So,
Oh,
Mariah,
goodness.
as you head over to the twins' room, I'm
Yes.
assuming that you've shut the door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she has. Oh, yeah.
Is it
Ignore me.
locked?
She hasn't particularly locked it, but there is a probably a feeling of just like general heat coming from inside the room.
Yeah, Mariah will give a light knock because barging into someone's room is not nice.
I'm slow roasting. Do you feel it too, King?
Yep, it feels fucking nice. Like a sort of death. She's just like sitting on his throne backwards with fucking sunglasses on.
Oh, how is it that the last couple of
And
sessions
that's
going to
on
be more? How is it the last couple of sessions going to be more chaotic than the full game?
Um, but yeah, there is silence at first. Before a small, before Sharky opens the door.
So as you're waiting there,
He is
Mariah. Oh, go on.
he is currently in his flaming form, essentially reacting to Delris's emotion right now.
So as you're waiting there, the door opens, Mariah, and the little wharf rat that is currently on fire, or made of fire, should be more accurate, answers the
Yeah,
door.
he is made of fire.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Is it okay if I talk to you, or do you just want to be left alone?
If you would look in, like, because he's opened the door is like open, you can see inside. Delris is currently flame-headed.
Ah, okay. She will not throw marshmallows on you this time, I promise. I don't know what I was doing that day. Anyway, she will carefully walk in to make sure, she's not going too close and kill all the eggplants at the same time as herself. And she would basically be talking about how this sacrifice people have made, it's been a good thing for the world. It's tough on us, but, it needed to almost happen in the politest way possible, not meaning any offense on anyone.
Delris is She kind of looks like she's struggling a bit to not kind of just burn. Like, she's kind of shaking and kind of breathing pretty heavily. She seems very angry more than anything, but she can't seem to get the words out, I guess, because she's just focusing.
Oh, yeah. Marai's gonna take out the Eggplant King out again from the throne. And
Right.
Right.
The temperature in the room is steadily increasing, though.
We need to
Alright,
be quick here. We need to be quick. We need to be serious, King. Yes, I need help. How do I calm down? Yeah, how do I calm down an angry person? And this is a very tough situation for everyone. And we need to be sensitive.
Need to be sensitive. Okay, what exactly fucking happened here?
A lot has happened. Death, specifically.
Oh, so it's okay. It's fucking grief. All right, I've got my PhD in grief counselling. So this will be fucking easy. Piltover University, I think. Anyways,
He's just gonna kind of sit in Mariah's hand as he looks over at Delris.
all right, you's fucking sad, you's fucking angry, and it's okay. Your emotions are okay. They are legitimate. And saying as you are fucking burning elemental to fire and emotions, it's all right. Burn it all fucking down if you need to. If not, though, and I understand. I'm not going to say I understand what you're going through because I really don't. I really fucking don't. I'm a fucking eggplant. She's a fucking purple beastie. But if you need a hug, I can hug you. If you want something to burn, Jebediah front and center.
Oi, me.
Burn Jebediah here if you fucking need something to focus all that anger on too. It's all right. He's fucking into it.
Someone broke their head.
Mariah will be very closely listening, nodding her head and with so hopeful eyes that this is gonna work, whilst she's very upset about it too, but she's really hoping that this is working.
And if the most important thing, by the way, is if you need time, just say you need time. And me and the purple beast here will fucking turn around and we'll walk right on out with a great flaming rat over there too if you don't want him here either. No offense. But so if you need time, take it at time. Alright? Your emotions are valid. Just let us know if you need anything and we'll be here for you.
I'm trying to think of how Delris would actually react to this in the moment.
Also, if you want to get piece drunk, I've got fucking booze in the hair there.
Yes,
Again, just
Delris,
questioning
become
how
your...
she would react to this.
Yes, Delris, become your mother.
I think alcohol would be very dangerous given her current state.
I'm just a fucking eggplant. I don't really fucking understand. The PhD was a lie, but I feel like I said some wise fucking things.
There'll be an extra couple of little steps, little small steps approaching the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, snow will begin to fall, cooling the temperatures down in the room.
The DM just cast calm emotions on you. How do you feel?
Is
I'm guessing Umpa walks in.
yep, Umpa's just raising her little club to the roof and making it snow.
I think seeing Umpa, Delris would deflame essentially. Just kind of looking at her is like, come here, Umpa.
I've
Umpa,
chosen you to be my new burning effigy.
Umpa will take a step before looking, just taking hold of Mariah's hand and just bringing her along as well. And she'll say just 3 simple words. Family, mourn together.
And that would break Delris.
The room is now on
Right,
fire. The
Mariah.
plot is now on fire.
Wah.
What? You know what? We don't even need to mourn now. We're all dead.
It's all right. It's all right because the most important and strategical military position.
Eggplants, fighting comfort hug position.
Yeah, no, she'd probably just grab Umpa and Mariah and just hug them and start crying.
Mariah is crying too because family is a big part of her life too.
Yep,
And it's
The-
like, yeah.
the ship's on fire, everyone is now dead. This has now become the adventures of the Mordron.
But Delris would kind of stutter out, just kind of like, I just wish everyone had stopped leaving.
I go nowhere.
Meanwhile, Alexander is called to another world. Someone seems to have dooted a horn and he must fight a hole.
Alexander's people need him.
Hello, Hall. Strange eye down there. There are 2 things you need to know.
No, you're not allowed to jump down now.
No, you must stay and listen to the bards argue.
One is that Alexander does love plugging a hole. And 2, there's not a 2. It's just the 1.
How did we take a really sad, emotional moment? So, while that is happening down in Delris's room, what is Alekxander and Potoo currently doing?
Alexander will be taking this all in. He hasn't really said anything. It appears to be a purposeful act.
Potoo's not saying anything either, but I imagine he's probably playing his instrument while observing the freaking shitstorm below.
Oh,
Yeah, imagine that's the
below you would quite literally see what cultists remaining fleeing for the hills, fleeing for the sands, as they are chased down. The rest of the armies that you have gathered all to fight under your banner, celebrating a victory well earned. Most of them seemingly not realizing what has happened in the T-Hex. The only one that does know the weight of it is currently on your ship, as well as Heimerdinger is just got his head down, not saying anything.
Hmm.
And I guess, technically also, anyone else who was on the ship would also know by now, so you can lump Nico into that too.
Yeah. It's going to be awkward when we land. And, like, talk to our allies.
Indeed.
Again,
Problem
Alexander
is,
just kind of takes in the moment.
Delris doesn't actually know that Samira's here.
Oh yeah, no, it was Alari for the most part.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
because
going to be interesting.
Alari didn't tell Delris, but for the very specific reason that she just doesn't like her. And if Delris knew, she would probably object vehemently to the fact of her coming to help.
Oh, too late. It's already happened.
And they've already been paid.
Yep. At this point, it would be a little bit of. I'm trying to think even how some of these stones acts like. I think we just had it like some simple vibration or ringing when messages started to be sent.
Because
A
we
lot-
will never
Yeah.
ever escape literally just having phones in our pockets.
Yeah.
At least you're not always
So-
on them at the same time, being like, "I'm going to swipe this painting on this rock."
Delris paints faces on all of her sending stones.
Yes, but it's unlike an actual smartphone where it's like I've got so many pictures on here, I'm just going to scroll through Facebook for the first 5 minutes. But all the sending stones will eventually start to ring out.
All of them in Delris's bag.
Well, almost all of them.
Almost. Alexander's got a few, and everyone's got at least one for each other.
That's also what I meant by almost all of them, given obviously Kuipers will not ring. Wafflebyrgs will not ring. Porcelain Lady, I don't even know if you ever gave her one.
No.
I don't think we did, no.
But the Modron's got their sending stones.
Oh yeah, he does. So they will go off as well as the Mordron is just poking them all to be like, I mean,
I was not told how to deal with this situation. I am vastly underprepared.
I am in
What do
Icafia.
I do with the vibrators?
I am in Icafia. Come pick me up. I am scared.
Just kind of all of those like pretty much all of them start going off. Delris is gonna let go of the others and pick up her bag.
Yep.
Alexander will pick up the phone. There's only really one person this could be on the other end.
Indeed. As you pick it up, Alexander, you do get a message through. Just simply saying, on your left.
And what is to my left?
You see a grappling hook grab hold of the side of the ship. Just affect wearing distances as you hear Akshad incoming from below.
There's no need to really look. I know exactly what's coming. What he looks like.
Then
Delris
just the
is
words
just kind
of
of staring.
this may take longer than I expected. Bit of extra weight.
Alexander will pull him up.
As you go to pull him up, you see the reason why he said there's a bit of extra weight. I was also holding onto the gun is Trundle.
I don't remember who that is, but here we go.
The troll that kicked
The
your
Troll
ass.
King that you
Yeah, we
lost
like
to.
Trundle, right? Pulling him up.
Yep.
The Troll King.
As you help pull them both up. Actually, I was just like, you could have just waited until they landed, you know. Trundle was just give a smirk like, yeah, but when's the next time I'm going to be able to fly, right? You got to think about it that way. By the way, that was a great fight down there. Oh, I'm so glad you got me to come.
Alexander is
just
glad
had a
that this fight was to your satisfaction. Went out with a bang.
Yeah,
Oh,
now you get to go and get your missus. Yeah.
Alexander remembers that he's been told not to exactly trust his potential reward and goes, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
it wouldn't take exactly a particularly perceptive person to see that Alexander belies a certain sense of he will not be denied much longer.
it doesn't, but at the same time, Trundle is. Oh. I was about to say Trundle is not
It's nothing against
observant.
Trundle, but Alexander.
You something bothering you there?
Oh, I suppose it would not particularly surprise for you to learn that I am not exactly I do not know exactly how much I can trust your boss to actually uphold her end of the deal. We've also got this small issue of there being so many different hostile factions down. Come to think of it. Viego wanders around somewhere, as does that thing that we had to basically keep Delris from ripping apart with her bare hands. There is a lot to clean up all of a sudden.
Yeah, the strange hook-nosed bandage man that you all told me to keep an eye out for managed to slip off at some point.
I cannot say I'm awfully surprised.
He is a slippery one, that one.
I'm sure he'll get his comeuppance one day. There is a lot to clean up. Alekxander has now effectively saved the world twice. And if that giant bastard down the eastern end keeps going, I might have to save it a third. Not sure what the fuck I'm supposed to do about that thing. Don't have a second mech sitting around, do we? Don't answer that.
Everything is like, nah, not for another 20 years or so.
What the fuck's that supposed to be,
T-Hack Mark II?
Why specifically 20 years?
Because it took me roughly 30 years to build that one, but now that I know what I'm doing...
I mean, fair enough. What would you say? I'd say success. Even if it didn't last as long as perhaps one might wish it to.
It served its purpose. It's just a shame about the cost it came with. Make that 25 years then while I get a autopilot installed.
So, what do we do about the large mess that seems to be making its way eastwards? What do we do about the potentially hostile factions below? It doesn't seem to be really out of shit valley yet, do we?
Well, what I will ask is for Potoo and Alekxander, since you two are the ones who currently are on deck, to make me perception checks.
Alright.
That's a 10. Yay.
The situation to the east with the Darkin seems to actually be somewhat dying down now. Mainly because, despite him being a rage-fueled Darkin beast, Aatrox seems to have actually decided to work together with the Winged Angel and the Blue Mage to try and stop the giant dragon-like monster.
Huh.
Maybe seeing what the teamwork was happening over at this end may have given them ideas.
Alright, that one appears to have calmed down a little bit.
There's always threats in this world. You gotta understand that.
Alekxander knows. Perhaps Alekxander has tried a little too hard to take on all of the burdens of the world. There is... Our adventures has forced us to meet some of the worst and the best that the world has got to offer. For every... Well, you, I've met a catfish, I've met... What? I've met... what was the undead one that kept wandering around? It was like a shark or something. Oh, God, if I remember. You get your Viegos, you get your Singes. With Alekxander being at the center of all this, perhaps Alekxander has decided, perhaps, to take on too much at once. I am tired. Very tired.
Sounds like you need a vacation.
What would you call going, like, halfway around the world 3 times over? I
hear Ionia's good this time of year.
It's probably on fire. Everywhere's on fire.
I don't think the spirits would allow it to be on fire. At least from what I've heard, them spirits are tricky things.
It'll be frozen then, won't it?
Just imagine during this, just like in the room, there's just like all of the people in there just staring at the Kuiper and Wafflebyrg. ringing sending stones, like, uh...
It's a ghost!
Too soon.
Hello? Hello? This is Wafflebyrg.
Are you sure that's
Please leave a
Wafflebyrg?
beep. Please leave a message after this beep. Beep.
Are you sure that was Wafflebyrg? That started to sound more like Creepy Dave. At that point.
I mean, cousins.
It's Creepy Berg.
Here come a creepy
It
bird.
is alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Today my favorite league champion. Yeah, now she keep trying to get nerf. So indeed, what are you two in the room? Well, I guess you three, given the Eggplant King, doing about these stones.
Well, I guess all of them are pretty much going off, but she's just staring at the Wafflebyrg and Kuiper ones. And just looking at Mariah. Pointedly not looking at the Eggplant. And then back at the stones. Like, it can't be them, right?
I have no idea. I wouldn't imagine so, but
She'll kind of, probably judging the odds, she'll pick up the Kuiper one.
Okay. Did you pick up the Kuiper one? And then I'm assuming you answer it?
Yep.
The call is connected. You finally got a connection through. I forget what the module's name is because it quite literally is just 00110000.
Chaos Skin. His name is Chaos.
Chaos Skin. Chaos Skin. You finally managed to get a connection as you are slowly making your way from the Tower of Time in Icafia over to where you last remember the ship to be on one of Wafflebyrg's last possessions he left you, the broom.
I do not understand what this device is, but it has asked me to call you.
There's just kind of like a kind of choked laugh. It's like,
I do not know where you have parked, and I am in possession of a great amount of your friends' possessions that they would probably like me to bring you. Please direct me to the nearest you.
she'll just kind of look at the stone for a minute and be like, yeah. I guess. And she'll try and give directions to where they are. Though she's not quite sure where he is, so.
So you give directions, roughly to where you'd assume. Going off the idea that he would have mentioned the Tower of Time and Icafia.
I fucking know where Tower of Time is.
No, but you know where
I
Icafia is,
vaguely-
thanks to a certain someone you used to travel with.
Yeah.
So you would know to direct them roughly north-northwest.
I'll hang it up after I've given him directions. And kind of look at and then kind of look at Mariah. It's like, I guess it was too much to think.
The other one is
It was
still
them.
going off.
The Wafflebyrg one is still going off.
I'll kind of look at it, pick it up, and just be like, it's still you, isn't it?
Apologies, I didn't know if it was going to the same source.
And then I'll hang it up.
Bitch
As you hang
hung-
over here, whack.
Bitch hung up on me.
Well, Chaos King will make his way up.
Yep.
But like all the other ones are going off as well.
Yep.
Oh
Including some that
boy.
you don't remember even being there.
I have a detailed list of all the sending stones I have.
Indeed. I believe it's on your sheet somewhere.
No, it's Delris's little black book. It's
Oh,
no.
yes. There it is. I was wondering what that was. So let me just try and figure out.
Because not all of them will be going off, because not all of them came.
Hmm.
And we didn't invite all of them.
I got concerned that one of us just got the Massian toy boy for
That's
Alexander.
well, others are the ones that I don't own, but I've been kind of
Yeah.
keeping track of some of the others as well.
So
So yeah.
the only ones that wouldn't be going off, obviously, are Potoo's, Mariah's, and Alexander's. Nico's is also not
Echo,
going off because
Riven,
Nico's on there with you. The Magic
Echo,
Shop guy,
Riven, Magic Shop guy.
Magic Shop guy's dead. Wasn't
What?
it? Oh no, wait, no.
There's
No,
more than
it's
one
the one
magic
that-
shop guy.
Yeah.
It's the one that took rookies.
Hello, I return.
Riven, if I recall right,
Hi.
didn't go for the fight. Draven did, if I
No,
recall.
we didn't. Yeah, he did. We didn't invite Riven because,
Yeah.
you know,
So
we didn't
Draven,
invite anyone from, thingy either.
so just going off whose would be going off. Draven's would be going off. Technically, Rel's would be going off. Clara's would be going off. Fortune's would be going off, even though it's not Fortune on the other end, it'd be Alari because she borrowed it. Who the fuck is George?
Yep. George was the Winter's Claw guy who was from Delris's village, who like helped them
Yep.
when they were when they were basically homeless children
George
abandoned by their mother.
George would be going off. Echo, I believe, didn't go,
No, Echo didn't.
but it would be going off because someone has borrowed that. Nasus would be going off as well. Even though Nasus didn't
Okay.
take part in the fight. And then there's a
Alari
few
and
others as
Delris
well there that are
all-
unmarked.
Alari and Delris with all the freaking sending stones. I only have one.
Oh,
He.
yeah. Okay, first I'm gonna pick up Rels.
Yep. And as you pick up Rel's, Rel does not answer. Instead,
It's correct, Clyde.
yep. So what title does this give me now that we did this? Do I get Desert Conqueror? Do I get Emperor? I do like the sound of Emperor.
Well, thanks for your help. How about Grandmaster Cled?
I already had that one. I don't deal in
Oh.
doubles.
Void Slayer Cled.
That one works. Also, you will give me a ride back, right?
Yeah, I think we're heading back towards the Feliord anyway, so.
Good, because I don't want to take the portal with the stinky guy again.
Right. And I'll hang up.
Get that.
I'll then answer Clara.
Yep. Clara's just there going, so the Great Legion seem to have done their job. We've done all of our jobs. Mission successful, I guess? No, we're just trying to clean up still down here. Things are a bit messy. Not the good kind.
Yeah. No, it's. We won, but at a cost.
Yeah, no kidding. The big guy died 3 times.
We lost 3 of ours.
Something tells me when we're on about this, it's not the case in this situation where it's the same person that died 3 times.
No.
Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, we'll catch up once everything calms down a bit. I've got pretty much every other sending stone I own going off right now, so I'm just checking in with people.
That explains why everyone just seems to be stood there, pacing back and forth, holding little rocks.
Yeah, I better get to that.
Alright, I'll let get to it.
And then I'll hang up.
Yep.
I'll next answer needily.
Needly didn't go. Needly's isn't going off.
She didn't?
No.
I thought she did. But
Not that I recall.
I'll answer
I have
fortune then.
I seem to have two different files going at the same time with people that could possibly have gone. So let me just look to see.
I thought needly did come, that's like why I had it in my head.
Nope, Needly
Because I
isn't
knew
there.
Rengar wasn't gonna go, but
Yeah, Needly ain't there.
fine. I'll answer the phone to fortune. I'll answer fortune's one
Yep.
next, which is with Alari. Hello?
Hello. So, we managed to defeat these false gods. We managed to punish them and
Yes.
send them back to their own dimension.
Yep.
But there are plenty of other heretics down here. Do you want me to deal with them?
Plenty of other what?
Heretics.
Cleanse the sins of heresy!
If they're people who helped us in the fight, please don't.
Alright, so just the ones wearing purple going around screaming for the Void Mother? Those kind of ones?
Yeah, kill those ones.
Fucking
Right.
kill them. Wait, hold on. You killed only the purple ones that are screaming. Don't kill my purple ones. It's my fighting job.
Don't kill the eggplants, kill the ones in robes who were worshipping the
Yeah.
Void Mother.
I don't think there's any eggplants down here.
Now you'll be surprised. Sometimes we get lost.
Anyway, thanks for coming to help.
Yeah, no worries. I owed you one.
Yeah. We'll catch up once things calm down a bit.
Indeed.
And then I'll hang up and answer... I don't fucking know, George.
As you answer George's one, a familiar voice comes over the line, and it is not George whatsoever.
Yeah, I kind of imagined it was Sejuani.
Yep.
Or Olaf.
It is Sejuani, although you can hear Olaf in the background, just being like, and I still didn't fucking die. What bullshit is this? As you just hear Sejuani be like, and that's another triumph for the Winter Claw. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Wait, you came? I don't remember.
Oh, it's this one. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a bit more flashback from your sister.
Yeah, my sister kind of checked out during one of the fights. It happens sometimes if we get too hurt. We end up switching.
That makes sense. Anyway, I think we're all done here. We're ready to wrap up. I believe the troll just went up on your ship.
Oh, god damn it. We will be heading to the Feliords, back to the Feliords soon if you want to wait and hitch a ride.
I mean, that's quite literally a lot of us to hitch a ride with.
That's fair. But, yeah. We've got to go back and get Alexander's wife.
Oh, yes, the ice switch situation.
Yeah, I don't expect that to go peacefully, sadly.
You need
But
reinforcements for that as well? I'm sure we can spare the time.
do you really want to go fight Lysandra?
Hey, even though he's not
Who's
really done too much for us over the recent years, Alexander's still one of ours.
I'll discuss it with him and let you know.
Alright.
Anyway, I've got to go answer about 100 other calls, so...
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang up. I'll now answer... I'm trying to deliberately avoid Draven for now. because that's what Delris would do.
After he's not been
You're
answered.
not sure why, but Draven's just vibrates a little more aggressively than the others.
Just after not being answered for so long, he just no clips through the ship.
I could see
So-
that happening.
For some reason, also Draven's like vibrates very rhythmically. You're not sure why.
Delris does not want to answer Draven's call right now, so she's going to everyone else first.
He has gained the power of flight through 4 certain syllables.
So I'll answer
Oh,
Echoes
he's
next.
actually helicoptering.
As you said, Echoes was going off, so I'll answer
Yep.
his.
And as you answer Echoes, you just get the message of, doctor here, can you put the other doctor on the line, please?
I'll hand that one to Mariah and go on to Nasus.
Mariah, you are handed a sending stone. Just with probably like the most look on the face of Delris.
No, she just goes, "It's Mundo," and just hands it over.
Yeah, business this. Hello.
Hello, doctor. This other doctor.
I know.
Doctor, mission successful. Doctor, cure a lot of patients down here.
That's good.
Did you cure people too?
Well, yeah, that's kind of my thing.
Yes, good. We need to compare notes later. Make sure everything all on board, so to speak.
Yeah. Yes, I get that.
Also, plenty ghosts running around here. Not sure cure for those. You know what cure for ghosts?
Ghost. I think we can make up something for that one if we research into it more.
Alright, more research doing. Live field research initiating. Alright, bye-bye. I go now.
Bye-bye.
And with that, Callista's sending storm will go silent.
Ooh.
Just kind of look at the Callista one and pick it up. I was going for the Nasus one, and then I look at the Callista one, stop ringing, and pick it up. It's like, "Hello, are you okay? Is Mundo chasing you?"
It's silent.
Oh,
But
that
after a
doesn't
bit,
bode
you will
well.
feel a presence behind you.
Ah!
Callista got tired of waiting.
Callista's just there going, which one of you gave the giant purple oaf permission to throw a rusty sawbone at me?
Glance at Mariah.
That wasn't my intention.
Of course, it was one of the Yordles. Either way, I'm done here. Everything is done. Do you want me to go hunt down the bandage-faced one?
They let him get away.
He's a slippery bastard. But no one escapes me for long.
This is why I was against using him in this battle. Should have just killed him when I had the chance.
He's in the sands of the desert. If I don't catch up to him, something else will.
We've got other things to focus on right now. We've got to go fight an Ice Witch.
I don't think she's betrayed anyone that I know of. Yet.
Yet.
Keyword yet. Keep that in mind.
I think she's going to betray us. Me and Alekxander are Iceborne, which is exactly what she wants. So.
Well, you got the
I don't
sending
think
stone
she's
if you
just
need
going
it.
to let us leave.
You've got the sending stone if you need it. For now, I'll see if I can find the bastard.
Yes. Break his knees. If you do.
I'll do more than break him.
And then she'll pick up the Nasus one.
Yep.
Like, hello?
As you pick up the Nasus one, Mariah, you'll notice this. Delris's hair seems to just go up on end like static.
Oh.
There's a bit of
Oh, it's
crackling from
this guy
the
again.
sending stone as well. As that's just there going, you could have told me you got help from that one.
Which one?
The walking light bulb. Zeraf.
Oh, he was the one that's talking to me in my head.
Yes, he's and his acolytes are here, and it's taken me all in my power to try and stop Azir from bringing the full army of Shurima down on him.
I didn't invite him. I think someone else probably did. But
Wafflebyrg laughing from the afterlife.
Civil War! Civil War! Civil War!
it's like, yeah, I didn't
Why do you
invite him,
think I
but
didn't go?
thinking about it,
What
it
do you
might
think?
have been Wafflebyrg. He was probably, I think he's the only person I told about the guy speaking in my head. He's, well, won't have to. Well, at least he won't have to face you, I guess.
I suppose. We have been discussing your current situation and your wish.
Mm.
And between everyone down here on the field and what we know, there's a few certain pathways you could go down for this.
I'm listening.
Targon,
Yeah,
or you could
heard that one.
try Zone or Piltover for any of their techs.
Fuck no.
Ionia's Spirit Realm.
First I'm hearing that one.
Yes, we're quite surprised as well. Apparently a couple of birds turned up to help out with the fight.
Zaya and Rakan showed up?
No, we're talking more bird-like than that. They look like your friend, but a bit more colorful. And, well, I say a bit more colorful, they've also got like a bit more of a tinge to their feathers. I think they might be ghosts.
Aww.
AKA Potoo's parents came to help.
Hey. That's why I was like, aw.
But there is the other option as well.
Mm.
Ascension. Using the Sun Disk.
But that might not work, right?
There is a possibility of becoming a Bakai, but it would still separate you into your different forms.
What would happen to the one of us that would become Bakai? Or what would happen to both of us, I guess?
Times are different than they used to be. You would be free to choose your own life.
Hmm. Wafflebyrg lived in, like, constant torment.
That's because he lived
Because of
through
what
the
happened
worst
to him.
times. The sad times are different now. We treat them equally. So you just hear yourself in the background go, bullshit.
Hmm. I'll catch up with you in a little bit. And I'll tell you after I've had a chance to speak with my sister.
Very well. Which leaves just the one stone remaining ringing that you know of.
He just kind of gives it the most disgusted look before picking it up. It's like, hello?
Hey, oh. Hey, Delris.
Mike
I-
Wazowski.
You pick up one of the black-sending stones. Hello, welcome to the war. I'm
No, there's
thirsty. How
two.
can I help
It's
you today?
this. Wait, no, this isn't the last one. There's two unmarked ones that are ringing.
That's what I'm joking about with all the unmarked ones. It's just the secretary has arrived. The last game I was in got cancelled. I am here now. Well, yeah, you answer it, it's like, no, it's Delris. So everything seems to be down here. How's she doing?
Well, things kinda. We've won, but we lost people up here.
Given the silence over the tannoys with that thing, I'm assuming the bird person was one of them. Well, the bird man. Well, the bird man that isn't looking dead. That's
Yeah.
actually very bad for me to say. Given the circumstances, I apologize.
We lost Wafflebyrg, and Piper, and the porcelain lady.
Porcelain lady was the creepy one. Oh, Kuiper, the free-eyed Yordle?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, Yordles could die?
Yeah.
Shit.
This is important information. Let me write this down.
Let me write this down. Let me write this down. If Mariah throws axe, throw axe back. See results.
Oh god.
It's like, but look, she'll probably call you back later, but I'm just,
Alright.
I've got other people to talk to up here.
Alright. Just
I should just hang up on him.
uh,
Delris does not particularly like Draven much.
Delris is still mentally scarred from Draven.
Yeah, but also she just doesn't really like him in general.
So there are indeed two unmarked ringing sending stones.
I'm just gonna pick up one of them and answer it. Like, hello?
You pick up one and you answer it. But you just hear what sounds like out of breath. As someone is running just. Alright. Alright. The deal's off now. Please call off your fucking ghost.
Singed.
Yeah.
No, I hope she kills you!
Come on, I helped you out here. Surely that means that you owe me one.
You also fucked my life!
And you fucked mine in return. We were even on that.
I'm not done yet!
But it just hangs up on you.
Just the slight bit of flame that kicked up from that just kind of simmers back down. It's probably just like a burst of little fire and that just simmers back down. And that's just the next one. Hello?
Here's your answer to the other one. A couple of voices that I don't believe you've heard yourself answer.
Hmm.
Hey, is this the twins?
I'm Delris, and yeah, my sister's Alari. Who's this?
So you're friends with Potoo?
Oh, you're his... Hold on.
Yes.
I'm gonna run out onto the deck. Potoo!
So while you're in conversation, Alexander, with Trundle and Akchan before dipping into Wafflebyrg's captain's quarters, Potoo, you can roll perception to see if you spot him.
Ah, okay.
You could try roll stealth if you wish to, Alexander, to dip out.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be subtle.
Yeah, no, you see him quite literally barge into Wafflebyrg's room.
Just gonna send Debbie to kind of bite his ass.
Sorry, who's barging into Wafflebyrg's room?
Alekxander.
Alexander.
Did someone go in there before him?
No.
No.
Okay. If you guys remember, it's shotgun rigged with the cannon.
So I guess make a deck save, Alekxander.
Oh boy! Because we
This
all
is
know
where
how
we-
they went during the actual combat session.
This is where we lose Alexander.
Well, I'm at a lucky point, so this is happening.
I'm so blowing up people from the fucking grave! Fuck yeah!
So, Alekxander, as you open up the door to have a look around, you come face to face with a cannon, and before you can do anything, you just feel the cannonball just hit you in the chest and you go flying backwards towards the front of the ship. And it will be at
You
this
did-
point, just as you reach the top of the stairs, when you hear the loud kabang, Delris, and just see Alekxander with a cannonball in his chest go flying.
So I'm like, look at him for a minute, like, Potoo!
Hmm?
Very important call for you! I kind of run over with the sending stone and just put it in your hand.
I'll be honest, Alexander
Alright.
expected that, and yet it still hurt.
There might be more in there. I wouldn't go back in there.
Alexander, Alexander will tell you if he finds what he's looking for. Alexander will go back in.
Does he get jettisoned?
Are there any more traps there, Santa?
No, there are no more traps. It was just the cannon.
Okay, in that case, you make me an investigation check while we deal with this Delris and Potoo scene.
Alexander is likely going to be rather disappointed with this check. But don't worry, I have a clever plan.
So, Delris versus up to you, Potoo, with a sending stone. Say an important message.
Alright. Important message, you say?
I was thinking, so Potoo's here. And I'll give you the stone and I'll walk away.
Potoo, is that you?
Hello? Yes?
You will recognize this voice to be your mother. The one that you saw back in, I want to say it was the Spirit Blossom situation.
Yeah, it was Spirit Blossom.
I'm sorry that we're kind of dropping this on you now rather than telling you beforehand, but what kind of parents would we be if we just let our son do all the work here?
When did you get a sending stone?
The question is, when they would slip it into their pockets?
Fair. Very fair.
Let's put it this one way, you got your stealthy skills from somewhere.
Now what are you dropping on me?
Well, the fact that we technically risked our afterlife to help out with this situation.
My God!
You both risked self-annihilation.
To help out our son for once.
Potoo is dropping the freaking stone and he is darting off into the freaking lower.
Make me a perception check. Let's see if you can spot him.
19.
Yeah, you manage to spot him as you get closer down. Mainly because it's quite obvious of how to find him. You just look for someone that looks like you.
It's essentially a dive bomb hug.
Interestingly enough, for anyone else, you would phase right. They would phase right through them because you're not the spirit.
Hmm.
But given your connection to the undead already, yeah, it's physical. So they both get tackled to the ground and just wrap their arms, wings around you.
I suppose arms would be a more appropriate response given the fact that Potoo's kind of like a flip-flop wishy-washy.
Yeah,
The wings kind of don't always stay out.
you did it. You actually did it.
Don't do anything like that again, please. I've lost you guys once. I'd rather not do it twice.
I mean, surely you should know by now
Know what?
that in a way you haven't lost us. It's hard to describe. Essentially, but with your connection to the afterlife, with what's happened, yeah, you'll still be able to get fleeting glances of us, but given you're bound to the Shadow Elves now and to that sword, we're not even sure if you can die. Or
Yeah,
if
I'm
you're...
not sure about that either, and I'd really rather not try to test it, really.
So, well, a full-on reunion, as far as we know, could never be in the cards. Well, you'll always have us every now and again, helping out where we can. After all, we've got years to make up for.
Very fair. So how'd you guys find out? Because I
About
don't think
this,
I... Yeah.
the ghost lady with the spears. Well, her and the other help as well.
The other help.
The lamb and the wolf.
Ah,
They allowed us to
cool.
return from the afterlife to help with this.
Well, that
Mainly
was nice of them.
because they'll just look to you just like with a slight bit of concern. They had a feeling that you're about to experience loss. We also thought it was going to be one of us two, but
Yay!
Alekxander found what he was looking for. We
Yay!
did.
Walks out holding bombs.
Somehow walks out holding Mariah.
That's Mariah 2.0.
Someone walks out holding Wafflebyrg.
I would if I could.
It's a waffle clone.
Sort of what
What am
I'm
I
looking
doing
for
here?
in a way, I suppose.
No! Not again!
Send me back!
Again!
Little did you realize you had a respawn timer.
You know, it's funny. I played the dead character more tonight than I played the live one.
Well, I suppose we did lose 3 people.
Just one.
You'd think I'd be just one.
You lost just one.
Which one?
Wafflebyrg. Porcelain lady is just like this is your father that's talking at the moment. They seem to have got like the 1,000 yards there, as if they're communicating with someone to get this information. So she put they're in contact with the with Lamb. The lady of porcelain has just lost her physical form. Give it 100 years, 200 years. They'll be in sync with their new form.
Huh.
As for the Yordle,
You frickin' Yordle.
a fate worse than death has happened.
Did he get eaten?
At some point, just to break the silence, you'll hear a slight clatter and just Alekxander yell, "Bastard!"
Which, given that she's down on the sands of Shurima now and not on the ship, well, he is on the sand, not on the ship, definitely would be an extremely loud proclamation from the ship.
You could probably hear it through the comms, even if I wasn't, you know.
You just
Not
feel
the
the
comms,
stare. You just
hit
feel the
comms.
stare. You just feel the stare of Potoo from the freaking sands looking up at the ship.
Just as you'd be doing your investigation, you just accidentally hit the comms on, and everyone can now hear you rooting through Wafflebyrg shit.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check to see if
Well,
I've
to be fair,
realised
they
that.
can hear two people making noises through the intercoms, given that apparently the Eggplant King has left Mariah's her and is there as well.
Alekxander,
Boy,
like, nope,
found
not
it!
keeping that on.
I found it, he says, holding up a completely like random item. Wait, what are we fucking looking for?
We are looking for advanced diplomacy.
Advanced diplomas. I found a diploma.
Wafflebyrg had a diploma.
Yeah.
It has somebody's name on
Fucking
it.
engineering. Philosophy. Therapy. All right, fine arts. That's what mine's in. Useless.
What? Wait a minute, hold on. Alright, you've misplaced an eggplant.
I am not just any fucking eggplant. I'm the Eggplant King. Oh yeah, by the sounds of what the other fellow was saying, I think I could take the title Eggplant Emperor.
Alekxander is pretty sure that being the overall ruler of a kingdom or empire doesn't really matter when it's just hair, but alright.
Hey, we're about 20,000 fucking strong. We'll take over your head next, right? This world is ripe for fucking conquest.
But yeah,
Good luck with that.
Potoo.
Oh, and what you're about to hear, you never heard from me.
Yeah.
Alekxander will use locate object. I will just message you the word I use, Lee.
Okay. Let's see what this word is. Oh.
The con system's still running, isn't it?
No, I turned it off. That's what the int check was for.
Ah, cool.
So, make me an investigation check with advantage for that.
Oh boy, beat shit with a. Hey, locate object tells me where it is.
It does, yeah, if it's
Alright.
within like 1,000 feet.
It
Shush
does,
and
but,
gib.
it does, but his room is also a mess.
I'll still make it, but if it's crap, I'll cry. It's good.
It was less a case of if you roll. The only way you won't be able to find it if you roll a nat 1. Otherwise, it was just a case of see how long it will take you to find it among all this. But as that is happening, yes, Potoo, you've been told that Kuiper is technically still alive, but has suffered a fate for worse than death. And he has not been eaten. But rather, as your father will just look to you, the void has him.
Well, that is definitely worse.
Somewhere he pauses.
He's just doing the airpole spin on the spots, like jumping up and down kind of thing that you'd see on like a bad Gary's model.
And I'm going to assume there's no way to save him from his...
Not unless you wanted to open up
Oh
a...
shit, he even showed up to T-pose. Fuck me. Speak of the devil.
Not unless you wanted to open up a portal to the void. I mean, the only other way to potentially save him is, well, surely you know of the legends, given you're from Bilgewater.
Right.
The River King.
I'm not sure how that would go.
Neither do I, but if anyone has the power to do that, the demons probably would be the better bet.
Fair point.
Ah, yes.
Assuming that they actually want to help.
Go make a deal with Tom Kench. Get eaten.
I'm not a fucking dumbass.
He gonna
Tom-
look at you like you a snack.
Unless there was someone else that had a huge investment in Kuiper that has immense power.
Yes, there is. But
I assume there is, yes, but I think they wouldn't want to. For the pure fact of how scared they are of it. Although I don't know if it would have been a huge investment.
That seems to be the only ways. Either that or wait until the void portal eventually opens up again. But by that
I
point, would it be Kuiper coming out or would it be something else?
Hmm.
we do know a void entity we literally just did a favor for.
This is a good point, but does she know how to get back into the void?
I don't know. This is all out of character.
Out to character wise, that's a tricky situation given. Would you call the Lavender Sea part of the full void itself, or its own little separate entity by this point?
I don't know what the fuck she does. Neither does Delris, so. But then Delris doesn't know this conversation's going on or that Kuiper is still technically alive.
So,
Well, thank you for telling me that at least. I'll probably look into it at some point.
I mean, you've got all the time in the world.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, our time here is brief.
Did
Our time here is brief. What?
If they just self-imploded in front of in front of
No,
Potoo would be destroyed.
they haven't. They're just. They're, we will have to depart for the afterlife again very soon.
Well, it was good to see you both. Probably wouldn't be an often thing, but it would be nice to visit again.
We'll see what we can do.
Hmm.
There is always the festivals of your homeland. Spirit Blossom does come once a year after all.
Hmm. Out of character, Potoo just becomes a permanent denizen of the frickin' isle over there.
Just at the Shadow Isles. Yeah, I got
Nah.
I got. Oh, the Spirit Blossom
I meant,
Isles.
yeah. I meant
I
over there.
mean, yeah. So they will both hug you goodbye before they start to walk off into the Shuriman Sands, and the forms will fade. It would be at this point when a lot of the armies are making their own ways back home, as it is starting to get nightfall. those that have been offered a lift will be making their way onto the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Alexander
ship is getting
recognize
some.
anyone who's getting on?
Yeah, you'd recognize the war chief for the Winter's Claw,
Your
Sejuani.
clan.
You know, the
Chief.
The
leader
war
of your
chief
clan.
of your clan.
Sort of seizing his gun goes, Chief.
Alexander, I suppose in
Oh
the
yeah, we
morning
hadn't had
or in
chance
a
to
few
talk
days' time, we'll be
about
going to try and get your wife back.
It would appear that my village has been without its rightful leader long enough.
Indeed. It's time
I would
to
imagine that you would appreciate having some better leadership around there. Didn't exactly leave much in charge, if I'm being honest.
very
I
much so.
understand I didn't exactly put the Winter's Claw first on this.
Very much so indeed. And she'll just look at you, Delris.
Hey. Normally I'd be a bit more conversational, but
It's understandable given what happened. Words got on around down there of the situation.
it's not just that. The people here are offering me a way to separate me and Alari. But I'm not sure whether I should take it.
Why not? Isn't it what you've wanted?
It is. But there's a chance we'll become Bakai, which is what Wafflebyrg was.
And Wafflebyrg was a hero.
He lived in torment for centuries.
From what we've gathered, and maybe this is just hearsay and third person story kind of thing. Yeah, Ionian whispers, you know, that kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these torments seem to be inflicted both by what happened here with the creatures as well as his own doing. I mean, the man did take a lot of drugs.
Yeah. But I don't just want to become some insane creature. That
Then don't take the drugs and you should be fine.
Yeah, it's just occurred to me like everyone is getting onto the ship now, and at some point, finally, a Mordron on a fucking broomstick shows up.
Yep, not just in the
I'm
distance,
glad.
you just hear the
Da 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 da.
It's a
I'm
plane!
glad to get
No, it's a bird! No, it's a one-eyed fucking cube, circle, robot, fleshy,
I may have followed the wrong
What
ship
is
for
it?
a bit. Misfortune is a terrible name. Hello, I have returned with items and a recording.
just kind of staring at the Modron. Just kind of yeah. It's back.
I take great offense to that, if I knew what that meant. He'll sort of plop himself down on the ship and goes, I am afraid to say that I am the only survivor, by choice. I cannot
know
say
that
I
from one
understood your
exec
friend, but they
anyway.
were all very excited to explode. They requested that I return their items to you and the rest of your compatriots. And I will begin returning items, including a couple of sending stones, I believe. Probably some of the bits and bobs I've blatantly forgotten. Let's be real. But the Chaos Kin goes around returning items that originally belonged to Wafflebyrg or Kuiper. Maybe the Poison Lady. I've not a clue.
I think the only thing she left was the immovable rod.
No, I believe she also. Oh no, wait. The unmovable rod is her umbrella.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to say she left her umbrella too, and I remembered they're one and the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
So
love the
sort
fact
of
that serious shit's happening over here with that. Meanwhile, over in the corner, you've probably got Mariah and Mundo just comparing notes on ghosts.
it sort of goes around, gives out a couple of keepsakes, magic items. Just walks to the center of the ship and goes, playing last entered recording. And yeah, whatever the fuck Wafflebyrg said to Chaoskin at the moments before Chaoskin left is played over Chaoskin.
I don't remember what I said.
Say something new.
I'll say something new. If it's the Wafflebyrg recording.
It is the Wafflebyrg recording. Kuiper declined, I believe.
I mean, we all knew it would be like this. I made it very clear. This is how my story ends. It's not sad. It's relatively actually mundane, all things considered. I'm not as afraid as I thought I would be. I thought I'd be terrified of the prospects of facing death. Turns out, nope. I kept my promise, though. You know, kind of did it inadvertently, but not only did I get you twins here, I got both people in Shreema capable of helping you in the same place. That's a victory, I think. It was fun. You and Zon, all of you. It made me feel like me. "200 years I spent hiding in that hole. And it took 200 years for me to finally get the balls to face everything in my life. Dead, alive. I don't think it really matters now. It was fun. Glorious, magnificent, if I do say so myself. But it was fun. I'm not good at goodbyes. The last goodbye I had, I've spent 200 years crying over. But this isn't really goodbye, is it? I mean, hell, how many times have we seen the dead come back to life? I don't really know where to go with this at this point. Just know, at the end of all things, I only have one last thing to say. Wah-bah!
End of recording.
And then there's heavy footsteps on the ship. As Mundo races over to the module and be like, "Strange bird man dropped in cube. Doctor, pass over surgical tools. Remove bird from box."
If you attempt to do that, I will eviscerate you.
No, Mundo, do not try to remove the bird from the box.
I will have you know that the bird gave me a copious amount of firebombs. Actually, it was the lady. It doesn't matter. I'll explain. Stop it. Stop touching me with that knife. That's not even a part you can cut. Please, knock it off. You're starting to make me feel bad.
Activating defense sounds.
Fight, 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 fight. Get down here, better fucking healthcare than we have.
I will be honest. The strange lady did not really have much to say, but seemed to believe that she would return at some point. The free-eyed one literally shot himself through the fucking creature. It was fucking awesome. Thought you ought to know that one.
Hmm.
That would explain something. As Raven just kind of finally looks over to the rest of the party.
Ah! When did you get here?
When everyone else came on board,
Raven Ex Machina.
I've just been a bit silent given the situation.
And notice you were here.
I did see something fly out of that T-Hex thing and fly into that creature. No, purple streak. And then these two things landed in the ground. And he'll pull out 2 empty vials that seem to have a little bit of purple liquid still in them.
The shimmer.
Yep.
Alexander's not exactly sure what this means. But
Really
Alexander
proud.
has to approve of the way that Kuiper went out. Like, fuck me. Man did me proud. I guess that's it. Time to set off, I suppose.
Um.
Who the
About-
fuck knows how to pilot this thing? The 2 people I knew could pilot this thing are, well, with us.
I mean, Potoo can.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Alexander forgets a lot of things. It's fine.
Also, if I recall right, technically Mariah can as well.
It's fine, he's just going senile.
Alexander's
There's
like...
no gray hair on his head. I think it's
Doesn't
more.
matter.
I think it's more concussive than senile. But
Alexander is only 37!
It would be-
Jesus Christ!
It would be at this point, Delris, where you'll feel a hand on your
Mhm.
shoulder.
Eh,
It's
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 cool.
fine. Has Delris made up mind, or we return here later?
I don't know. I don't know, like, what's the best option here? I think Targon's kind of out because, strange dragon under the mountain tried to talk us into helping him already. And Kiefer was vehemently against that. So that's a no. Piltover and Zahn are kind of out because fuck that. Naz
Piltover,
has said
not as bad.
something. I've kind of gained a dislike for both places. But Nazus did mention Ionia. That was something there to do with that. Some help that they could offer.
Ionia
don't
very
know.
much in touch with his spirit realm. Perhaps spirits help.
Maybe. But we were also told about Udir. That he might be able to help.
Sejuani will
we're
just
heading
look
to
over at that point and be like, the shaman?
Yeah.
I mean, he is more in touch with the spiritual side of the Freljord than most of us. I suppose if anyone's going to be able to help get in contact with all the gods at once and not have them literally try and kill each other.
Yeah. I don't remember who said it, but someone said that he might be able to help me. Oh, it was the weird thing that gives Alari her magic. Yeah.
The weird thing?
She found something under the ice and she talked to it.
What kind of thing?
I don't remember. It wasn't me out, so it's all a bit hazy. She's pretty quiet right now, which I get.
You may want to be careful with that then, given the watchers and everything.
I don't think it was a watcher. Something else. Like she started getting new types of magic that she could cast a little while back when we got to the Freljord.
Could be one of the
Like,
gods, but the problem there is
could
if
be.
one of the current gods or one of the old gods.
I don't know. But she started being able to cast healing magic and stuff once we got to the Freljord.
Sounds like their god.
Maybe, I don't know. She didn't exactly ask them for it. It was just, given. I think she talked to it though when we fell under the ice.
Just as he's like scratching his nose, Trundle will just speak up like, "Are you talking about that big egg?"
Yeah, the egg.
Yeah, a big ice bird lives in that.
So it was the other one.
Anivia, the god that's lent her power to the Avarosans.
Mm,
As much
I mean,
as I'm not a fan of the idea, but if it helps, it helps.
neither I or neither me or Alari really take a side in that conflict anyway.
I mean, I don't think I've really got room to speak anymore. I quite literally went to war with my god.
That's fair.
She'll just
But
look over to you, Alekxander, with like a bit of a smirk, be like, "Fair play, though. The Wafflebyrg did give us one hell of a fight."
Yes? Alexander has other things on the mind right now. than holy wars, alright?
That is fair.
I think my first port of call anyway, is I want to speak to Udyr. See what he has to say.
And it's all in Freljord anyway, so all at the same time.
Yeah.
Alright. Are we going?
Pink, purple beastie, what was your friend talking about? Your fucking spirit realm?
Talking about the fact that my sister's spirit is kind of stuck inside my body.
Is that a problem? Like, I always just kind of assumed that you was, not all that fighting there, or a little bit too much fighting there.
No, it's kind of a problem because she doesn't get her own life, and we have to share a body.
Oh, well, if we's going into the spirit world, I mean, would it be so bad? Like, I mean, we could take her to his Mustachius himself. Like, would that be a bad idea?
What?
Well, I mean, if the spirit realm doesn't fucking work, and while we're in the spirit realm, we hit up fucking, you know. Okay, I guess you don't fucking know. All right, hey, Pink Critter. Pink Critter. And he says, looking at Mariah, do you think it would be a bad idea that if the spirit world doesn't work for her, while we're in the spirit world, we take her to the fucking mayor?
No.
The mayor?
Oh, no.
Yeah, the mustachius himself, the fucking mayor of Bandle City.
Just for a bit of context here to help you out, Rebecca.
Yes.
There is indeed a mayor of Bandle City known as the mustachioed one, or his mustache.
Yeah, he's got a big mustache.
Yeah, he is also very much eccentric, but
Oh.
surprisingly powerful magics.
Also, nobody knows if there was ever an election. Everybody just kind of goes with him because he's nice.
I mean, it's kind of up to we're with Delris, right? Delris, that's how you say it. Yeah, is that the?
I just
Am I saying the right
call
one?
them Bluesy.
Yeah.
I just call them Bluesy and Redsy because I could never fucking tell them apart.
I just realised what the worst thing of this could be. Yes, she finally gets separated. So, you know, we have Delris and we have a Wowie.
Oh my god! You know what I just thought about, Lay?
No,
eggplant-
Alari
the
turns
eggplant
into a
king-
fucking Yordle or some shit.
I just thought about this, Lay. The Eggplant King's a fey creature, which means he can use Yordle portals.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't think about that when I joined as the Eggplant King, but I can use Yordle portals, which is great. The Bandle Tree.
I mean, the ship does have a portal built into it.
Yeah, I imagine that's how more and more eggplants constantly keep getting on the freaking ship.
Yep.
It's like,
Oh my, look, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm willing to fucking go anyway. I mean, I've been going ever the entire time, my entire home's in this one's head.
Can we put him back?
No, he's here to stay.
Okay then.
Alekxander just walks over, just pokes the king on the head, just slowly pushes him back and just...
At this point, Alekxander is almost shoving Potoo into the privacy. Like, oh, be afraid there.
I conquered the fucking parrot, by the way. I beat the fire right. I defeated the fucking powder monkey. I am the rightful king.
Wait, what did you do
Also,
to
that weird
Mariah's
elephant
pet?
fucking thing.
What did you do to Mariah's pet parrot?
Oh, he's fine. We just overthrew him because he was a tyrannical ruler.
While all this is happening...
Don't worry. We've exiled him to an island in the middle of the fucking sea. There's an ocean in there, by the way. There's a lot in here.
There's an ocean in Mariah's hair, and I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, so we've put him in the middle of a fucking sea, keeping him prisoner. He always tries to escape, but you know, I don't know. Honestly, we just continue to put him back into prison. It's fine.
Turns out Mariah's hair is just another portal to Bandle City at this point.
A very specified Bandle City.
But as you were all discussing this, there is a loud bang that comes from Wafflebyrg's quarters, from the captain's quarters. Did you see a small figure flying back with a cannonball?
What?
For you.
Clyde tried to open the door.
If you think that's going to stop me from being new captain, you got nothing coming. He just races back towards the room.
Just whatever gets us set off.
So who is piloting?
I mean, I was going to, yes.
Okay. So Potoo is
You know,
your
if Mariah's learned,
Oh.
go on.
Go on.
And I was gonna say, if Mariah was taught how to pilot on the ship, you know who else was taught how to pilot?
The Eggplant King.
The Eggplant King, because he's where Mariah is, so he'd have been there doing those lessons. Doesn't mean he knows how to; it just means he was taught how to.
But Potoo is your pushed towards the wheel by Alekxander, going, "Go on, fly ship."
Why are you trusting her to fly the ship? Oh, no, you're trusting Potoo. I thought you meant Mariah. No, okay.
I was
It should
about to
be.
get very, very offended.
It should be
Alright.
noted. This is shortly after Potoo has just come back up from being under the deck.
You'll
Like-
forgive me if I seem a little impatient, Potoo. But you must understand that I am closer than I've ever been before to getting her back. I'd like to set off before we take on another 30 NPCs to talk to.
He's not an NPC. He's a VIP.
Oh, he's a player character.
He's a VIP. He's a VIT, very important troll.
Well, does that make me a VIP, a VIE, very important Eggplant, very important Nightshade, very important.
You're a VIP.
Now
very
I'm on to
important-
Eggplant Parmesan.
You're a very important veggie.
Yeah, I am. I'm very healthy, very good for you. Yeah,
And
try to eat. And I'll go down like a bunch of fucking bricks.
the ship does indeed take off.
Just
Heading-
as the ship takes off, there is one thing I do need to do. Chaos Kin is going to remount the broom, start floating above the deck, and be like, "It has been wonderful serving with all of you. However, a very old-time mage said that it would be pretty cool to look around this place, so I'm going to." And
Sure.
Chaos Kin takes off into the sunset.
Chaos could have stolen
Steal the
broom.
motor broom?
Yeah, he stole the broom.
Steal the motor broom?
If he'll be flying away, and you'll hear him scream, "If I am still alive, I will be there for the next catastrophe. I'm sure I'll hear of it." We.
Oh, like
Just
you
hit
got
the
the
turbo
thing I
boost
sent you.
button.
I did. Hence why I said that he would have been pushing you towards the wheel as soon as you came back from under the deck.
Ah, cool.
So, back to one character. Everything is returned to normal. Anyway,
Delris would drag off Draven at some point.
oh,
Oh.
Yeah. How can I help?
What are your intentions with my sister?
What?
My sister, what are your intentions with her?
You mean
Giant
in the
Dick and Dash.
long run, or you mean once this is all blown over?
In general.
well, I was thinking the helicopter.
Where are you coming?
Live a happy life.
Listen, I know your reputation. If you're
I
just
know
gonna
my
mess her
reputation too.
around, if you're just gonna mess her around, I'll kill you. You understand that, right?
Look, I know my reputation as well as everyone else. Trust me, I was the one that made it. But people can change. Surely my actions should have proven that itself.
I don't know, we've barely seen you, really, since Ionia. You came to help, but
Yes,
I just
and have
don't
you heard
want
it?
you hurting her. She's
But
been
give-
messed around enough.
given everything that's been happening and all the adventures you've been going on, I think at this rate, it's more going to be a case of her that hurts me if I'm not careful. Or if she's not careful. You two seem to get into a lot of situations where death is just a step away.
One more might be coming too.
See, exactly.
No, several more. No, yeah,
Exactly.
a lot more.
Whereabouts would you have dragged him to have a word, by the way?
I probably would have dragged him just off towards the stairs, away from everyone.
Okay. So, from the
As she
stairs where
gives
you
him
are,
a shovel talk.
you would see your room,
Mm-hmm.
and you would see the door open, and a note's left in there.
What?
Am I done being chewed out?
If you ever hurt her, I'll cut off your most precious thing. And kind of walks away.
He gasps and holds his mustache.
This is where she gets a very expensive shaving cut.
Yeah,
shaving set
what has just been revealed to us is that we all, we just described it as the helicopter. We all immediately went low. What we didn't understand is it was just his mustache going.
I think there is actually a gif of that somewhere, where he's just in flying with his mustache.
Oh my god, that's it. That's what it's been all this time. I hope you enjoy this.
Just the trauma from the mustache.
There is only one thing I want to say to people before we potentially arrive at destination of interest. I was going to talk to. I've forgotten his name again. The Troll King. His name will not stick with me.
Trundle.
Trundle. I kept going for Grundle.
We will get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Delris, are you checking the
Yeah.
note?
Yes.
The note is from Potoo. And do you want to say what you wrote down there, Ranna, or do you want me to say it?
You go ahead and say it.
Essentially put, what is written down on the note is what Potoo was told by Potoo's parents. Both about potentially Potoo being undead to the point of not being able to die now, but also about the fate of the three on board. With Wafflebyrg having moved on to peace and paradise, Poison Lady quite literally in a respawn screen right now, probably like a 200-year wait, and that Kuiper is trapped in the void.
Right,
Not
time
dead,
to put.
but in a fate worse than death.
Right, time to get that void lady we just did a favor to open to get him back.
we give Kuiper the send off that felt very fair and fitting. Everyone else, no, bring back Moon Man.
There's a way to bring him back. They probably will try it.
I know Josh is muted at the moment. I can just imagine Josh at the end of the day being no.
Let me die!
It's alright, it's alright. We'll fucking save you, it's alright.
But yes,
Eggplant King to the rescue.
as plots are being made in Delris' room, you go up to Trundle, Alekxander.
Alexander walks up to Trundle. I imagine we're halfway to Freljord at this point. Alexander,
I'm gonna fast track it so it'll be a
Yeah.
couple of days. You'll have it'll be to the point where you've just dropped off Cled.
yeah,
And by dropped off, I mean
Alexander
you quite
sort of
literally kicked him off. Just
yeah, we'll wander over and be like,
What about Draven? Is he staying?
No, Draven will have exited as well.
Trundle, I know that we're not exactly the same side. I know, but I'd like to believe there's a certain level of respect between each of us, yes?
You gave me one of the best fights I've had in a while. So yeah, there's respect there.
Is it possible Trundle, that I can ask for one last favor.
I feel like we may have been in the same line of thinking anyway, but say it, and just in case I'm wrong on this, because I've been wrong before and I don't like being wrong when it's my own thoughts.
As you know, Trundle, my wife lies frozen within the castle. While I have completed the task laid before me and dealt with the threat that is the reason that she is frozen there in the first place, I do not expect your boss to uphold her end of the deal. At the very least, I would like to be able to see her face to face. But all I am asking for, Trundle, is an escort into the castle. So I can at least get to her before she decides she's had enough of me.
He just will look to you and then smirks slightly. Do you know the ratio at the moment in that castle of trolls to thralls and the humans?
I do have to admit that personally, I am rather unsure.
Roughly 2 to 1. So not only will we get you that escort there, we'll get you into that fucking throne room. And if she tries anything, well, she's got a king to talk to about that. Because you don't mess around with deals like this.
I appreciate that, Trundle. I do hope that Lysandra stands on her edge of the side of this world, but
It's not so
I
much.
have no reason to.
It's not so much her that I'd be worried about. It's more the giant manta ray.
The giant manta ray?
The void creature she was in leagues with.
Oh, right. God, I hope the Jaeger isn't there when we get there.
No, I saw the ghost man soaking back off to. Well, I thought he was going to Shadow House, but apparently he didn't take the turn off for that. He just kept on going. He's gonna. I forget the name. He's just like clicking his large meat fingers. And Vex would just be like, Camavoy. He's gone to Camavoy. He's gone back home.
I am not quite sure what Camavoy is. As long as he's not going to cause any world-ending catastrophes for the sake of his life.
If he does, it's not our problem anymore because it's not here.
I won't get into it, Vex. What will you do now? Seems that all the excitement has died down, not that you ever wanted to partake in the excitement part of that.
Just walking past. She's gonna keep following her girlfriend, apparently.
Why do you keep insisting this kind of situation is going on? There is nothing between me and Mariah.
Because it was really fun to wind you up for months. Especially after you beat the shit out of us in a shadow!
You two can make, you three can make me insight checks.
It's gonna be, that should have just been a 7.
Okay. So you're a bit too distracted since you're talking with Trundle at the same time. Potoo,
You cannot hide from Delris.
what did you get
Oh,
for your
are
insight?
they? Ah,
It's
inside.
on the
Hold
deck.
on.
Yeah. I'm not having Mariah roll because it's going to be extremely obvious for Mariah.
14.
Okay. As she's saying this and trying to deny it, her hand is on top of Mariah's hand. So it's kind of obvious.
Just kind of leans down to her as like, yeah, you're not being subtle.
Says the flaming homo. I'm going to bite
Hey,
my tongue on that.
at least I openly admit it.
Look, all I'm saying is you don't get to judge me when your girlfriend is quite literally a changeling.
My girlfriend's great, but I'm not denying that she's my girlfriend. That's why I'm judging you.
You just feel the arms wrap around you from behind, Delris. It's like, so you finally do admit it.
Alekxander has
mean-
decided that you're all teasing him.
I thought we agreed that we were, like, together once, like, you came back on the ship.
Yes, but it's still good to hear.
Fair.
I was
She
going to
just-
say, God, to get me a freak like that. I'm going to get me a freak like that. Cracks knuckles.
just like a whimsical voice over the shoulder outside. It's like, you already got yourself a freak like that, but you gotta get yourself another freak like that.
Alexander has a
Just sort of chuckles. And
connoisseur.
just sort of chuckles and goes, I have to apologize. I've quite clearly got caught up in what's about to go down. I admittedly forgot you were here. There was a lot of people who got on the ship. I don't necessarily manage to remember all of them quite as well as everyone else does. Looks at Delris's bag of fucking sending stones.
It's fine if my talks with your boss lady there is anything to go by. It seems poly relationships are just a big thing in the Freljord anyway, so as long as your wife doesn't mind, I don't mind sharing.
Ha! I'm going to make sure that's the first thing that she hears, and probably shouldn't, but oh, God, I've
first
said
thing,
that, haven't
first
I?
thing Alexander's wife hears. Hi, this is my boyfriend. Put me back in the ice. Put me back in the ice.
This is my husband Alexander and his boyfriend Akshan.
You should have. You should have seen. You should have seen. The last person I bumped into who knew my wife quite like I do.
Oh God, I
I,
hate how
I
expensive
forget
this
just
bag
how
is.
much we used to get around during the day.
You're right, Didion.
I just hate how expensive the Monster Hunter bags are that Josh posted.
Oh
in
yeah, no, I saw those.
general.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, as you do carry on making your way through to the Freljord, I'm going to need one last roll for the night, and it's going to be from the Eggplant King.
Yeah.
As you've left this sappy situation, it's too sappy. You've gone for a wander around the ship. You've gone for a
Yeah,
wander.
no, that's too kind, Gabby.
Essentially, but
Yeah.
if the kingdom inside Mariah's Hair is your continent, your land, then this is essentially the rest of the world as far as you know.
Oh yeah, it's all right for fighting conquest.
And I need you to make me a perception.
All right. It's I do want you to know that I am a barbarian. Perception is not something I'm excellent at.
What?
Oh, what? Yeah!
You see everything.
You
I'm a
feel
barbarian
something
of the
stalking
honor
you
by
in the
temple.
lower decks.
Oh.
Something slowly approaching. And then another.
Oh.
And then another.
Mr. Rats.
And as it gets closer, this feels larger than a rat.
A fire rat.
A goat?
Is it Boulder?
Are you turning
Is
around
it
to see?
Draken?
Is it both?
Oh, yeah, no, we'll turn around to see.
Just both the doggos stalking him.
What you do indeed see are canine shapes.
Oh, they're not our canine shapes, though, are they? They're your new favorite Darkin.
Oh. I see.
Indeed. What you do indeed see approaching definitely look like twisted, mutated dogs. There's one approaches with giant blade-like structures jutting out from its shoulders and over its head. It speaks with a multitude of voices at once.
You know, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm actually from Bandle City, this would be really fucking weird. But I'm from Bandle City, so this is normal.
Your petty war stole from us our greatest hunt. You will provide us with an even greater hunt. Or we will hunt every last being on this ship.
Wait, hold on. You saying I just had to provide you with a war and you'll be happy?
A war with something more worthy before you try and have us fight your little squishy vegetables.
I mean, how's fighting against you fucking ice witch to save the big man's wife in a battle of fucking glory while taking on trolls, trolls, humans, and possibly a a lady that spilt the purple shit in her hair that one time and made the fucking purple crater all psychopathic with like hearing voices.
Roll
That sound
me,
good?
roll me a persuasion check if you would.
I'm not good at those either, but here we go.
I thought we haven't even
Eh.
talked to Lysandra yet. We're already deciding that this is going to be a full-on freaking conflict.
I'd be on my way in peacefully-ish till we get there.
Very well. We are going to claim
In fact,
one of these rooms as our
okay.
den for now until we are needed.
We're just going to be walking
I mean,
around the
it's-
ship, open
I mean,
door,
it's not.
fuck ton of blade dogs, closed door.
I mean, I would like to state it's really not my fucking boat. So, yeah, I don't know why you're talking to me about this.
Girly,
go
why
to
did
You
you
roll
kind
a
of
just
chose.
jump?
You kind of chose the wrong one.
Girly, you just
By
jumped
the way.
head first into the fucking wall. Why?
Why not?
So, why not? You know what? It's all right. You do you.
So,
I'm gonna start planning mass conquest. By the way, what do I call you when I call upon you for battle? Do I say dog or are
Nephi,
you never?
we will get someone else to call us, someone that can speak.
I'll get the purple critter. Hey, purple critter!
There's a purple critter, but it's not Mariah. It's just a Zeeble peeking round the corner.
But
Well, I mean, that's not the one that I was going for, but
I-
all questions should go to my secretary, which is now disabled. You all
I-
have fun and, find a nice place to sleep.
I did roll to see whose room they are taking. And as they pad on over, a little sleepy Yeti wakes up from her sleep to find her room and the room of her mother and technically aunt occupied by several blade doggos as the door closes.
I mean, do we see them all walking in there? Because Delris' room is not below deck. It's one of the ones that's on deck.
Make me perception checks.
I would also like to state I don't currently have a room in the boat, and if I'm planning on conquering this, I need a room. And I think my army needs a room too. So, by the sounds of it, that's the place to be. So screw it, let's throw in a couple hundred eggplants in there too.
Why do I imagine this case of the king's like, so I need a place to call me on and that lot. Walks, opens up the captain's quarters, gets shot by the cannonball, just. But
Just a new one fucking pops out of Mariah's there. What's up, bitches? I'm the new king.
No, given he's so small, it just takes off like the leaf parts for his crown. He's like, me fucking crown!
Actually, the funny thing is, I don't know if he's that small. Like, they're small, but I think the eggplants are like kobold size in actual Runeterra lore. So, like, he's probably pretty
they're varying sizes.
beefy.
They're
Are
varying
they?
sizes.
Okay. So yeah, I think he's at least like he's obviously smaller than Mariah, but not by a lot. And he's beefy. He's a beefy fucking eggplant.
Okay, so I rolled for them to see if they managed to bypass your perception. They have, but just about, so I'm going to word it like this. Delris, as you're talking, you just quickly catch out the corner of your eye, your room door closing, Then there's silence for a couple of seconds. Before you just
going
hear
to my
Umpa
room
just
today.
shouts out.
Umpa! Just kind of run over to the room and swing the door open.
And you see her quite literally on top of the main the Phoenyrie. Just be like, Papas! Puppies! Papas. And that's where
Because
we're
the
ending.
last thing this fucking party needed was more pets.
And that's where we're ending it for this week.
That's why I'm playing as one of the pets.
Technically, they're not pets; they're NPCs.
No,
Right.
but Lee.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Leo
Um,
Karis acquiring. It has been wonderful. Next week, I finish things. Hooray.
Well, not next
No,
week.
next
Next week
week. No,
is
no,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forget you're all bi-weekly bitches.
See you
Anyway.
tomorrow, boy.
Also a bi-weekly bitch. You're in that campaign too.
But Lee, it's $50 for the Palamute / Palico bag,
Oh,
and it's $79 for the Royal Order bag.
so I'm trying to find the thing now because I saw it come up on Facebook like as an advert, and then the advert fucking went away.
Yeah.
Like I had it there for ages, and then my phone like switch off because you've had it there idle too long. Well, switch it back on it. Like, and with refresh Facebook, the advert's now gone. But I'm pretty sure I just saw an advert for the next box set for Magic. It looks like some kind of furry shit.
Furry shit?
Not furry, like fairy, like Fairy. Yeah, fairy. But I can't remember the name of it, and I've tried to find the thing. I can't find it anymore. It makes me sad.
Say that again?
You wanna hop over to watch some His Dark Materials, Shauna? By the way,
Oh,
Dion,
yes.
Hmm?
Rana's past Lee.
I saw you message me about it, but I still haven't watched more than the first season.
Yeah, no, we're not spoiling any. I mean, if you've read the books to the point of Lee, it's pretty much.
I
it's fairly
have read the
same.
books, but like,
Mhm.
I still want to watch it.
It's a little bit different. They've cut some stuff out for time and some stuff that just kind of wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Overall,
I
though,
mean,
it's
I'm like good. It's just like I know what happens. It's just that
it's
thing with like I
So
like watching things
before we
Hmm.
potentially hit
and analyzing them
Good night,
myself.
Josh.
before we
Hmm.
accidentally hit
Josh.
spoilers, oh, night, Josh. Before we accidentally hit spoilers,
We're not hitting spoilers.
Hi.
Me and Ron are going to be popping over to watch it.
Yep.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to check out more, check out Sirens Through the Fog over on Spotify as well as Star Plunder. Check out Echoes of the Past over on Jugbo Keeper's channel. And we'll see you next time on the Dark Sides of Runeterra. We are getting very close.
Oh. And then after
And then-
that, who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
After that, vampires.
Indeed.
Maybe. Yeah, vampires.
Bye.
I mean, either Dion runs it or I run it. There'll be a vampire game one way or another. Well, it may not be vampire if I run it. It might be Hunter the Reckoning.
I've got the book now.
I know.
The physical book came.
Um,
I got them to order it in for me.
By the way, if you're still doing the Victorian, I've decided I'm either going to do an American Cowboy Serpent of Light, which is Sedanites.
Yeah.
It's a bloodline. Or an American Cowboy fucking Hikata of the Samidi branch.
Nice.
What timeline were we planning for that, actually?